lecture, but your faces will not be shown. Um, and if you are saying something, then you can edit it out if you want. If you don't, if you have, I don't know. We'll figure that out later. But this is useful to look back later. All right. So welcome everyone to lesson 13, the first lesson of the Dutch course given online. Wow, spectacular, very interesting. Glad you're all here. Hope you're healthy and everyone you know is doing well. Um, I can say some things about Corona or something, but I think you've heard enough about that. So I think we'll just start. I think it's easier. Unless you, Milana, have something interesting to say.
About Corona? No.
No? All right. Let's
No.
start. This is very weird, just lecturing to no one. I will also have to do this. We'll see how well it goes. Maybe some introductory notes. So about Teams. So we've chosen to do this in Teams because one, I can record lectures, so I can look it back, which is useful. And we can easily share the files with you. So if you go to, or maybe not now, but later, to the general chat and click on files, you can find the PowerPoint presentations and later also the recordings of the lectures. And probably also, what I would also do a recap of the first two lectures. I will get to that later why I will do that. And also, we are using Teams because we can still have like one-on-one discussions or talk exercises by putting you in different channels and having you chat amongst yourselves, which we will do in like 30 minutes because then we will have an exercise. So most of the lessons can be the same. And also we can have native PowerPoint support, which is also nice. So that's why we're using Teams and not Zoom, for example. Zoom is probably also nice, but I don't really know how it works. Can't have people in different channels. Other information, yeah, why I will do a recap of the first two lectures is because we will open up the Dutch course again for new people to join. Just because it's, as you can see, we're only with 8 today. There's some drop off, of course, from making the course online, and having the course online means we don't really have a restriction in the amount of people we can fit in the classroom. So we will open up registration for a week or so, and then next week we also have more people, hopefully. So if you know anyone who still wants to do the advanced course, let them know. We will send you a link with whatever, where to sign up, etc. And yeah, so that's why I will do, and also I will do a recap of the first two lectures, so you can catch up if you forgot, and they can catch up. Other information, yeah, the social trip and the final drinks are unfortunately cancelled, as you would have probably expected. We're still figuring out whether we can. So this is tentatively. We can probably give you some money back because of that. But that is tentatively. I'm not exactly sure. Pretty sure we can, but we still have to finalize that. So you'll probably get some of your entry, whatever, money back, which is nice. You can buy more toilet paper. Yeah, the final drinks, unfortunately, probably won't go through. Maybe after June, when we have some time again, but then the course will have already. So unfortunately. So that is how we're going to do it. If you have any, oh yeah, and also if you have any questions, please type them in the chat. You've already probably seen it. You can either type your question in the chat and then I will read it and then say it, or you can say I have a question, maybe one question. You can turn on your microphone and just ask and then whatever. Okay, sounds good. I have no idea. Don't answer because that will take a while. I'll just assume it's good unless you say it's not good. Okay? Okay. Yeah, good, great. Me and Anna also have to figure out how we're gonna divide up this lecturing thing. because it's also new for us, but it will work. So normally we would have some sneaky exchange about who does what, but now we'll just have to do that on the go. So you have to peek behind the curtain of the Discord servers. All right, then without further ado, let's continue to this week's topic, which is spreektaal, which is either colloquial language or slang. No, not slang, it's straattaal. Colloquial language, just normal everyday speech. And this lesson, I think that's this slide, yes, we will, of course, go through the homework, go through the werkwoord of the week, werkwoord van de week. We will continue talking about pronunciation, which will be a bit difficult. I actually we'll see how that goes, because I obviously can't make you repeat it. But again, we'll figure it out. Also an experience for us. And then we'll go on to colloquial language. So how do Dutch people speak? What kind of phrases they use? What kind of colloquialisms they have? They can really sound like a local, which would be useful if you could go out and socialize in a bar, for example, right now, but maybe for later. Then we have a break. We will have some exercises as well. That's also test on how well this team shit works. Then we'll talk about pronouns, and we'll have more exercises. So you actually get to do stuff. Fun. Great. Milena, would you like to do the... I'm not sure if you can control it, but I hope so. Oh, can you guys hear me, Milena? Because I can. Ooh, yeah. And are you?
Okay, wait.
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Yeah? Okay, good.
You can.
I had to.
PowerPoint issue.
I can take control. It says so. I don't know if it's.
Oh, yeah, you can?
Apparently, yeah.
Okay, yeah, please do.
Let's see.
Hey.
Okay, I can, apparently. Okay. So for exercise 1, did everyone do their homework? Can you reply in the chat? What you did? Yes. Okay, well, that's at least one. Okay. Can someone
just click through it and then it will appear one by one?
Yeah, okay, but do you want me to do it like interactive or just click through?
Yeah.
Try to let them answer.
I think this will be a good time to test whether the
interactive thing works.
Yeah, interactive part actually works. So maybe try and make it interactive.
Okay. So for the first sentence,
maybe you can read out the exercise, the first line. So if you click,
yeah,
and then ask.
Oh, you have them separate. Oh, good.
It.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Okay. So he drinks a glass of vodka because he is thirsty. Can anyone translate that for me by turning on the microphone and then tell me the answer?
Mm-hmm.
There are people who did their homework, at least 3.
Yes.
Anyone?
Oh yeah, I know it.
Yeah. Hello.
Okay.
Can you
Hi.
hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hij drinkt een vodkaglas omdat hij dorst heeft.
Okay. Good. In Dutch, we would exchange the glass and the vodka. So it's same as in English. Hij drinkt een glas vodka.
Okay.
Yeah, but very good for us.
Yeah, definitely.
Word order in the last part is very good.
Okay, next sentence. And thank you for your answer, by the way. Okay, you have to postpone problems, then they usually resolve themselves.
Great advice.
Does anyone know the answer?
I can take it too if nobody wants to.
Mm-hmm.
Je zal problemen uitstellen, dan ze lossen meestal alleen op.
Okay.
I'm not sure about this one.
That doesn't matter. You try. That's the biggest part of all. Okay, so we would say je moet problemen uitstellen. So you have to would be je moet. And And then the last part of the sentence, then they usually resolve themselves. Dan lossen ze zich vaak vanzelf op. So then, and then resolve would be lossen op, so oplossen, but we split them up because, I forgot which rule that is. Sorry.
Yeah, that's I think next lesson.
Yeah, right. Okay. So then lossen ze zich vaak vanzelf op.
Yeah, this is a complicated sentence.
Yeah.
As most of these actually are. So.
Okay. The plumber cursed loudly when the tube fell on his foot. What would you like me to write there? The sentence.
Oh, can you not see it? Or
is it not visible on the screens? Because the second one. Okay. Do you see the PowerPoint where it's like one English sentence and then underneath there's the translation? Oh, so you have the same screen then?
oh, it doesn't change?
I think so, yeah.
It will appear in time then, at least.
Yeah, or otherwise in the recording, right?
Yeah, I'm also recording, so you'll get the sentence either way at some point.
So the sentences are in the PowerPoint, and then you should be able to see them in the PowerPoint as well. Okay. Any takers for the next sentence, or people would like to try? A blank page. Oh, oops.
Oh.
All right. So the next sentence is the plumber cursed loudly when the tube fell on his foot.
Okay, I can take it too. Again.
Perfect.
I don't know. So de loodgieter vloekte luid als de buis op zijn voet viel.
Okay, so first part, very nice. But when would be toen? So it happened in the past. So in that case, we usually use toen.
Okay.
But otherwise, very good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was very good.
Ah, okay.
Oh, okay. You have to click on it yourself. Okay.
Okay.
So maybe don't click until you see the answer, but that's an interesting feature that I didn't think of, but we'll get there.
All right. Fourth sentence, he's not only gorgeous, but also incredibly intelligent. Anyone else this time? There were at least 3 people who did their homework.
Yes. Elizabeth, you also did your homework. Can you try?
Can we get Elizabeth on the stand, please?
Oh.
No?
Okay, no.
All right. I'll just go
Justine,
through this
would you
one.
like to try?
Oh, did she do her homework too? All the sentences done by Justine.
Yeah, should I go on?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, so ze is niet alleen mooi,
Yeah, good.
maar ook ongelooflijk intelligent of slim.
Perfect, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh yeah, this is she. I typed over wrong.
Ah, nice. Yeah, no, it's
I think
perfect.
it might be
Very
easier
good.
to just go through them yourself.
Yeah, right. Okay, so yesterday he ran home as fast as he could, but today he walks slowly. Would be, gisteren rende hij zo hard als hij kon naar huis, maar vandaag loopt hij langzaam.
Yes.
And then, wherever there's great property, there's great inequality. Would be, oh, I don't see the screen right now. Waar er dan ook groot of aanzienlijk eigendom is er grote / aanzienlijke ongelijkheid. Which could both, so it could be groot or aanzienlijk. Would both be
Yeah,
correct.
aanzienlijk means like sizable.
Yeah. All right.
Next.
Exercise 2. Hier is vorig jaar in 2 maanden een hele stad gebouwd. Does anyone want to do the first one, or I'm going just?
Yeah, so you just have to say whether the sentence is in the correct order, and if not, you have to
Correct it.
reorder it. So maybe you could just type in the chat if you think it's correct or incorrect.
Oh, that's a good point. Okay. First one is okay. Anyone else? Or that more people listening?
It would be cool if we could make a poll or something.
Maybe. All right. Correct. Okay. Well, that's 2.
It is correct.
Yes. Second one. Omdat hij te laat was, liep hij van de trap af. Snel. Correct or incorrect? Incorrect. Okay. Oh, that is true. How would you correct it? Good. Liep hij snel van de trap af. Omdat hij te laat was, liep hij snel van de trap af. Very good. Okay. Third sentence. Als de deur op een kier staat, kan je meestal naar binnen lopen. Correct or incorrect? Oh yeah. Okay, good. So what would it be? Even the correct version. Yeah, very good. So als de deur op een kier staat, kan je meestal naar binnen lopen instead of kan meestal je naar binnen lopen. I think I actually already said it the first time in the right way. Okay, fourth sentence. Hij heeft aaneengesloten met veel plezier 40 jaar bij de NS gewerkt. Correct or incorrect? Okay, incorrect. Why do you think it's incorrect? What would it have to change?
You could also turn on your microphone and just say it if that's quicker.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. You could also do it that way. In this case, we would say hij heeft 40 jaar met veel plezier aaneengesloten bij de NS gewerkt.
Yeah, so this is more of a question of emphasis. What do you want emphasized?
Yeah.
And the thing that's emphasized is usually at the end. And I think in that is the first one isn't per se incorrect. I think it's okay. But the second one, hij heeft 40 jaar met veel plezier aaneengesloten bij de NS gewerkt. The important thing is that it is aaneengesloten, that it is continuous. So he has continuously worked at the NS for 40 years. And so in Dutch, you put the important adverb in the cluster of adverbs at the end to emphasize it. And so that's why I would order it like this. But the first one isn't per se incorrect, I would say.
All right. Fifth sentence. Geld stinkt alleen als het zit in andermans zak. Oh, zakken. Incorrect. Okay. What would you change in this case? All right, good.
Yeah, very good.
Very good. So
So that
geld
means
stinkt.
money only stinks when it's in other people's pockets.
Yeah, exactly. All right, very good.
Maybe we should translate the rest of it. All right. So let's continue. Oh, now I can control again.
You can take a control. Yeah.
All right. Then participants moving through shared presentation on their own. Ah, that's easy. So now you can't do anything. What's my here in my? So the verb of the week this week is chillen. So I obviously can't check whether you do this, but could you repeat after me? Chillen. Wow, you did great.
It's a little bit like Dora.
I will make that joke a lot of fun. So get used to it. So this verb means. Come on. No.
Is it working?
Oh, hey, I'm not in control. I'm now in control again. So this verb means to chill. It's just the Dutch, no, not the Dutch version. We just stole it and make it a Dutch verb. So in the present tense, present simple, it will be ik chill, jij of je chilled, hij zij het chilled, wij chillen, jullie chillen en zij chillen. What I actually didn't know was that you write ik chill with one L. Looks fucking awful, but that is, we just take the English verb and then conjugate it as if it was a Dutch one. And then you end up with this. And so in the past tense, since chillen ends on an L, the stem, that is not in sections of ketchup, so you add de, childe, childen. And then the past participle is ik heb gechilled, jij hebt gechilled. Hij zei het. Oh, that should be heeft gechilled. That's correct there. That is correct in your booklet, so don't worry. En wij hebben gechilled. Good word. Pretty chill word. Aha. So this will be a difficult part. Pronunciation. Well, because I can't really check whether you're doing it correctly. But we'll go through it. We'll try anyway. So I do want to try for this part. If you could turn on your mics and then repeat after me. I just want to try and see how horrible that goes. If it is okay, then we can make it. So could you please turn on your mics? People. So, as you know, different part of the Dutch language are the diphthongs. So these are the three or four difficult diphthongs. And the first one, let's start with the back ones. Those are easier. And so could you repeat after me? Let's see how it goes. Ow.
Ow.
Oh.
But actually, that didn't go awful. Definitely your pronunciation was very correct. So good job. Indeed, it's ow, like English ow. Almost practically the same sound. It's spelled in two ways, AU, OU, but pronounced the same all the time. The second one is a bit more difficult, also spelled in two ways, and it's pronounced, so repeat after me. Hey.
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 Yes, very good. There's only two people with their mics on, but still, very good. And so this is the trein, train, rijden. All right. And so the last one is the most difficult. Can you repeat after me? Ui. Yes, pretty good. It is pretty difficult, but how you, again, good way to pronounce it is to start at A and end at U. So basically, exaggeratedly, you do it like ow. So could you repeat ow? And so you get the tuin and the ruiten. That's very very important. Got it. There's not a lot of. Usually, what happens is that people pronounce ui as ow, and there's not that many words where that makes a big difference. But sometimes it becomes hard. So it's good. So these are also difficult. The last one is very easy. So let's do that. Repeat after me. Repeat after me. Oe. Yes, very good. So it's just oe as in a bit different from the English like book, but approximately the same. Head book, zoeken. And then the left one, that's more difficult. So repeat after me. Yeah, very good. So that's the nose or koken. It's a diphthong technically, but in Belgium they pronounce it not as diphthong. They say so. I would say eu, so u. And in Belgium they would say Flanders would say eu. can also. Right. So these are some. You can turn up your microphone. So thank you. These are some important things. Well, important things. These are important if you want sound for Dutch. So it is very useful. And they're also useful if you want to Dutch accent. An important part of Dutch pronunciation is that we don't really aspirate our consonants. So in English, you would say table. Very so you would kind of pronounce an H after the T, table. And in Dutch, you would not do that at all. So you wouldn't say tafel, you say tafel. If you find it hard to hear that difference, obviously. That's then just know that that is kind of how that works. An exaggerated example is the English sentence. I think I'll do some more. Having trouble listening.
Yeah, for me it's the same. You're sometimes just your voice just disappears. So you're still talking, but you're just disconnecting.
Maybe I'll just a bit more. Okay, bad time. Okay, interesting. Maybe I'll just hold this in.
In the first part, this was fine. Like it's just this last part that's a bit tricky.
Okay, so everyone's having issues, so it's probably me.
Now you're good.
Now, okay, now it's good. We'll just. So again, the arrangement thoughts again. Yes. So in Dutch, we don't have a lot of aspiration of our plosives, namely T, P, and K. An exaggerated example of this is the English sentence, "Can I park my car in the park?" Yes. And so in English, you have a lot of air coming out of your mouth after and "Can I park my car in the park?" But in Dutch, you wouldn't. So this English sentence pronounced with Dutch aspiration would be, "Can I park my car in the park?" So a lot less aspiration. And a lot of Dutch people do this as well when they speak English. And it's part of our Dutch accent. Okay, so that's one thing. Another important thing is how to pronounce I at the end of words. So the word natuurlijk means naturally or of natural origin. Yeah, I think that's the best translation.
Yeah, I think so.
And you would pronounce it as natuurlijk and not natuurlijk. Natuurlijk would mean nature, that body, which would have a very different meaning. I'm not sure if that is the reason why we pronounce L-I-K at the end of words as look instead of like, but it is a fun. Otherwise, you would sound like a dead body at the end of your sentence. It's not very fun. Other thing, en at the end of sentences always unemphasized. So zonder klemtoon means without
emphasis, right? Yeah.
Or without stress. So you would not say lopen, but lopen. Even worse or even words. A lot of Dutch people would drop the N in the sentence. So they would not say lopen, lopen, but lopen. It's very common. If you exaggerate it a lot, it sounds like lopen.
There are also people that talk like that, but
if you say lopen, that's how most people would pronounce that word. And this is also very important. So consonants at the end of a word are always unvoiced, even though there are voiced consonants in its place. So laat, L-A-A-D, means to load or to load something. download or whatever, load a truck. And laat means late or let, but they're pronounced the exact same. A T at the end of a word in Dutch is always pronounced as a T. So the first one is pronounced laat, and the other one is also pronounced laat. The same happens with B at the end of a sentence. So the word web, in English you would say web, and in Dutch you would say web. So like with a P at the end. And this is also the reason why we don't have Z's or V's at the end of words in Dutch, because we don't want voiced consonants at the end of sentences, so we make it an S. So those are some of the things that Dutch people do to pronounce words that are not the obvious. Do you have any?
Je valt weer weg, Thomas.
Ja?
Je valt af en toe weer weg.
Af en toe weg.
Ja. Ik weet niet waar het aan ligt, maar...
That is annoying. Is it okay now?
Yeah.
Okay.
For me it is, so...
All right. Just let me know if you didn't catch something and want me to repeat it. Okay. Yes. So these are maybe some. Is it better now? Okay, cool. Maybe I should really point this at my face. So these are some difficult words, and after this you get to practice pronounce things. So I will just do this and so klinkers, moeilijke combinaties van klinkers. Vowels. De blauw-groene reus eet ei met ui. Which means the blue-green giant eats egg with onion. Very normal thing Dutch people say all the time.
Definitely.
Observing the difference between F, V, and W in Dutch is important, although a lot of Dutch people, me included, don't make a difference between F. So I will try my best to pronounce the V, but I normally don't do that. Vanavond waren we naar de Wadden vertrokken met de fiets. So again, W in Dutch is pronounced as V, just like a V S. Like it's again, and then the last one is the HCH. Heske vroeg aan Guus hoe het gisteren is gegaan. Sure, by now. Again, as a reminder, the CH is as it is from a chill. I don't say chill. And the H is just pronounced. Although some Dutch people, I think most Dutch people pronounce it.
Oh, can you repeat the last one, Thomas?
Yeah?
Can you repeat the last one?
Oh, okay. Can I repeat the last one? Yes. Heske vroeg aan Guus hoe het gisteren is gegaan. That is how you would pronounce that. Right, I think now you get the practice. And this is also interesting how to organize this. If you can click on Teams on the left again, then you will see these groups. Group 1, 2, 3, 10 is up. I'm not really sure how to do this, but if you could, in pairs, go into these channels, and then one of you start a meeting, and then you can practice these tongue twisters that are in your exercise together. And I can't put you in them, so that's more difficult. So you kind of have to organize it yourself. But I could organize it for you. So maybe Justine and Gonzalo, you can go in channel 1. Eduardo and Elizabeth, you could go in channel 2. Vera and Lisa, I think, you could go in channel 3. Ulrike and Natalia, you could go in channel 4. And Madeleine, you could also go in channel 4. And then pronounce these sentences to each other and try to correct each other's pronunciation. And we will kind of drop by, I think, and see how you're doing. And if you have questions, please just type in the general chat whether if you have any trouble pronouncing it or want to know what something means. And okay, is that somewhat clear?
Is it also clear how you can start a conversation with the other person in your group?
Do Madeleine because we are at the same house. Ah, okay. Otherwise, our mics. Yeah, no, that's fine. Okay, then you and Madalena and Anna. Okay, maybe then Natalia, you can go with Elizabeth. And Ulrike, you can still go with Madalena. Okay. Does this make sense? Stand this up.
Okay, so for
two.
channel 3, for group 3, you can, in the bottom, you see start a new conversation. And underneath that, there's also a camera icon that says, if you hover over it with your mouse, it says meet now. If you click that, then you should start a meeting together with the two of you. That you can, like, one of you can organize it and the other one can then join that meeting that you have in that small thing. That way you could see each other and have a conversation. Is that clear? Good, perfect.
Okay, I see people starting. Great, great. And again, if you have questions, just let us know. I think, although I think a lot of them are not in this conversation.
Okay.
In principle, two of you could also stay in this one, but then, yeah. Cool. Okay.
So is Natalia in a channel now, or?
So, wait. Group 1. So group 4, Natalia.
I think only group 1, 2, and 3 are now in session. Then you have Eduardo and Madalena. They are in, like, conversing on their own, so that should be fine.
Mm-hmm.
So I think
I'm a bit lost. Channel 4. Okay, yeah, Natalia and.
Okay, Ulrike can then join
and
channel 4,
Ulrike,
right?
You can go in channel 4 then.
Yeah.
I think then it will work out.
Yeah, that's perfect, Natalia. If you and Ulrike go to channel 4, then it should be fine.
Yes.
And then you can start a meeting there.
Awesome. Cool.
Alright. Ik geloof dat iedereen bezig is, dus ben benieuwd.
Ja. Ja. Ik denk dat het ja, dat we dan gewoon toe bij hun erin drop of zo. Ik denk dat.
Ja, als we toch 1, 2, 3 en 4 hebben, kunnen we op die manier gewoon ook erin gooien natuurlijk.
Ja, ik zit even te bedenken of het handig is om erin te droppen of te wachten tot ze vragen hebben. Het is wel veel pressure als je opeens.
Ja, daarom, als er in één keer
Even
iemand bij
kijken,
zit. Van, hallo, hoe gaat het hier?
toch wel een stuk persoonlijker dan gewoon even langslopen.
Ja, klopt. Oké.
Maar we moeten het ook checken, dus.
Ze is echt wel aan het doen wat ze moeten doen. Ja. Maar we kunnen wel in de chat typen natuurlijk.
Ja. Ja, je kan ook, ja. Ja, iedereen zit in een ding. Elizabeth, are you in a group right now? Oh no, I think that's. Oh wait. Jeez, het was mij. Stuk moeilijke dag.
Als het goed is, zit ze ergens in, toch?
Ik denk het. Ja, oké, maar. Ik had een tijdlimiet.
Wat zei je?
Ik had een tijdlimiet moeten zetten.
Ah, ja. Over 10 minuten weer terug of zo.
Mhm.
Nou ja, als het goed gaat, gaat het goed. Dat is niet het punt per se, maar... Oh god.
Ja, wil je dan zo de spreektaal doen?
Ik vind trouwens...
Ik ga gewoon
Ja?
op 7 stoppen.
Ja, ga je ermee?
Ik ga bij 2 gaan kijken. Oh, Eduardo en Madeleine, die zitten natuurlijk samen. En dat is
Ja.
een ander.
Daar kunnen we
Oh,
niet controleren.
Ja, bij 4. Ik ga bij 4. Ja. Oké. Hello. Welcome back. Oh yes, I could pronounce that for you. It is pronounced. Or wait, I'm not sure if it's directed at me, but I'll do as it is directed at me anyway. Pronounced Scheveningen. So SCH. It's Scheveningen. All right, is everyone? 3 of you are. Is 3 of you are here? Oh, so I should have set a deadline for okay, be back here at. We'll do that next time. We're learning. Okay. I feel like everyone's here. So this takes a bit more time than a normal exercise with distribution thing. Just for the record, I will just pronounce every sentence now, so you have an idea of how it's pronounced. From what I've heard, it all went very well. Very good pronunciation. Very glad about that. So I will just go through sentences, say them, and then like, have a 10-minute break, and then we'll. I need to click on that. Oh, I click on wait. Oh, yes, here. So, the first one is bruine brodenbakker Ben Broekman baalt van het bruine broden bakken. That means brown bread baker Ben Broekman is disappointed is disappointed by the baking of brown bread. Shame, because he is a brown bread. The second one. Het lijkt natuurlijk een goed idee. It means, of course, it seems like a good idea. Third one. Gooi geen groene groenten in de grote gracht. Don't throw green vegetables in the great big
Kennel. Sort of.
Foute vrienden willen wel eens veel verpesten. Bad friends are known to ruin things. Okay, so that's a bit. Fifth, jeukt jouw jeukende neus ook zoals mijn jeukende neus jeukt? Does your itching nose also itch like my itching? 6. De vriendelijke visser vist 5 verroeste vissen uit het vieze water van vuilde vijver. En de vriendelijke visser viste 5 verroeste vissen uit het vieze water van vuilde. Friendly fisherman fished 5 rusted bites out of the dirty water. Contaminated. 7. Mijn wollen trui met lange mouwen houdt mij warm. My sweater with long sleeves. 8. In deze gezellige winkel verkopen ze hele goede gele hoeden voor een prima prijsje. This cozy store, they sell really good yellow hats. Fair price. In Scheveningen schieten ze elke zomer 500 pijlen de blauwe hemel. In Scheveningen, they shoot every summer. They shoot 500 fireworks.
I guess so.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what the word is, but these things go. 500 fireworks into the blue sky. Dan even op het Rijkswijkse deze scheidhuispijpleiding inhalen. Very sentence. Even
Whoops.
in a bit. Or
Quickly or yeah.
on the Rijkswijkse plein. I think that's where in Amsterdam. I'm gonna get 55 iron shithouse pipes. Yeah, very natural.
Beautiful sentence.
All right. I propose we take a small break.
Yeah, shithouse pipes.
Yeah, like an outhouse. You know, it's it's not a normal thing to say per se. Okay, so I think we should take 5 minutes break. I will just keep this open, and then we will continue with the rest. Because I need to go to the toilet.
Good reason.
Okay. So I will see you back here in 5 minutes. Okay. Cool. If you have any questions in the meantime, ask them and I might answer. right, welcome back. You're already back. I'll try this again. Right, Milena, do you want to do this part?
Yes, everyone back?
I think we should just start because.
That's fine. Oh, you're also recording. Oh, okay. There's a lot of yeses. Okay. All right. So next part, let me just take control. Okay. We will discuss the spreektaal, which is pretty much just yeah, how we usually would just say things.
Mhm.
So if you check your manual, then you can also see a few sentences with some examples on the meaning of the words. So in this case, you would have hè, which would also be isn't it, or sort of he or what, sort of confused. So in this case, the first sentence would be dit gaat best goed hè? So this is going pretty well, right? Or isn't it? Next sentence would be the same. So nice coat, mooie jas hè? In which case you would ask, this is a nice coat, right? And the last sentence will be sort of like a surprise, or hè, or what, like sort of confused, which would be hè, welke jas bedoel je? Which would be, huh, okay, which coat do you mean in the second question? So in the second question, you would say nice coat, right? And then the third question or sentence would be like a response to that. Then another way of saying things, we have joh, which I think we use pretty often, which just means sort of like of course, or you could also use it like in your booklet. It says also dude or of course, so you could also use it in that way. So in the first sentence, it would be de jas is echt mooi joh. So that would be of course. Well, not really of course. You would say that jacket or that coat is really nice. Dude, or
Dude, maybe.
yeah. It's a little bit hard to translate, but you could use it in this sentence just to emphasize that it's a nice jacket, or yeah, sort of confirm it. And then the second sentence would be nee joh, die is echt lelijk. So it would sort of be like, no dude, that's actually a really ugly coat. So then we have the word now. Oh, I'm going to the next one. Which is sort of well. So in the first sentence, you could say, nou, dat was weer gezellig. So you would say, well, that was gezellig.
Mhm.
Wat vind jij van die jas? Could be like a question that you could ask someone. So what do you think of that coat? And then you could say in a response, nou, ik vind hem niet heel erg mooi. Or ik vind hem niet heel mooi. Which would be, well, I don't really like it. It could also be sort of like in a way that you're surprised. So you could say, wat zei jij nou? If you're sort of like surprised. But it does, like, that depends on how you emphasize it. Because you could also just say, wat zei je nou? If you don't understand someone. And you just ask them, so what did you just say? In the last sentence, it would also sort of be like literally translatable to the word now in English. Because it's sort of saying, nou gaan we lekker eten. Which is sort of saying, well, now we are going to eat.
Yeah, Dutch people love to just put this word kind of everywhere, just like this next
Yeah.
word. And indeed, it means kind of like it's just kind of a filler word. Put it at the end of a sentence to. Keep it in the end of a sentence? No, just at the start of a sentence to just kind of transition into a new sentence. Now, I have it. Now, nothing. Just to emphasize. Again, point of telling you this is not per se that you are now expert in using this, but the first purpose is that you know these words, and when you see them, you can kind of know.
The truth is not
confused. Okay, I will never use that in the next 3 years, then that's probably right. But then you at least know when Dutch people use.
So we have the word hoor, which we also like to use a lot. So you could say graag gedaan hoor, just to emphasize the fact that but it's no problem, really. So you could just say graag gedaan, which means no problem, and just emphasize it. Oh, it's no big deal. You could say ik kan wel even betalen hoor. So, you know what? It's fine, I can pay.
Yeah, it's like an assuring word at the end of the sentence.
Exactly. So if someone would ask you, wilt u het bonnetje? So would you like the receipt? You could just say, nee hoor, bedankt. Just to, again, emphasize that it's fine and you don't have to, or you don't want it, and you're fine without it. Okay, so if you would say, die jas is echt lelijk, so that coat is really ugly, then you could also say, like in a response, you could also use hoor, just to sort of like make it a bit less lewd. Like, I do like it. Ik vind hem best leuk hoor. All right. Oh, goodness. Then we have the word toch, which is also sort of right, but could also be still. So in the first part, it's more right in the first two sentences. So you could ask, ik heb mijn fiets op slot gedaan, toch? So you'd say, I did lock my bike, right? Or, die jas was echt lelijk, toch? Or like, that coat was really ugly, right? And then the second part, you could say, toch vond ik die andere jas mooier. So you could say, still, I like the other coat better.
Yeah.
Or I thought it was nicer.
Toch and hè at the end of the sentence is more like hè is kind of more done rhetorically, so you don't really expect the other person to answer or to answer no. If you say, die jas was echt lelijk, hè? Then you're like, oh yeah, that was a really ugly coat, right? And if you ask, die jas was echt lelijk, toch? That coat was really ugly, right? Then you actually want the person to affirm it. And the other one, you don't really expect the other person to affirm it.
No, you just think it's ugly and you're like, right, yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then you have done, which is then or well, which would be, in this case, if you just take this whole sentence, like this whole thing together. So about the code, for example, if you say, I did like the other one better, you could ask someone, ga je die kopen dan? So are you going to buy it then? And then some words that we usually shorten or that we can shorten. For example, natuurlijk, we could also just say tuurlijk. Hij would be I. Dus, or so you could just say, yeah, you could ask like, what's his name? You could say, hoe heet hij? Instead of hoe heet hij, and just pronounce it completely. And het, pretty much the same. We don't always say het. We could also just say t. And then in a sentence, you could just ask someone, hoe gaat het? Or just hoe gaat het? And then just, you sort of pronounce just like two T's after gaat. And I think that's pretty much it.
Yes. So there's an exercise here, which I think we'll skip in the interest of time because there's still some more to cover. And also the exercise is not that interesting, I think. So we will skip this too, and then we can have some more emphasis on the last exercise. I think that would be more useful. My presentation. All right. Although this is it's in my experience, it's not super funny for non-Dutch people, so don't feel bad that you miss it. All right. So to talk about shortening things, we already saw an example of that with the pronouns. Namely, hij becomes I sometimes, but it's only sometimes, not always. So if you say, hij gaat naar de winkel, he goes to the store, you would not say, I gaat naar de winkel. That doesn't make sense. But the opposite, if you ask a question, gaat hij naar de winkel? And then you say, gaat hij naar de winkel? You can say that. The rule for this is a bit finicky, but as you will see here, next thing, I will explain a bit more about other ones. So, of course, you've already seen all the personal pronouns in Dutch, persoonlijk voornaamwoorden. namely ik, jij, hij, zij, het, wij, jullie, zij. And the object pronouns mij, jou, hem, haar, het, ons, jullie, hen, hun. You've seen this. And also the possessive ones. Mijn, jou, zijn, haar, onze, jullie, en hun. But a lot of Dutch people probably will rarely say, well, not rarely say, but we often switch to sort of a different version of the pronoun, less emphasized version. So for jij, hij, etc., it sometimes becomes je. So, okay, let's focus on the first one. Jij and je. This is the most common one. For example, if you, again, the sentence, jij gaat naar de winkel, you would usually say jij, because you mean someone specific. Jij gaat naar de winkel. I point to you and say you are going to the store. If I ask, ga je naar de winkel? Or if you could also say, ga jij naar de winkel? Are you going to the store? Are you going to the store? Ga jij naar de winkel? Then the emphasis suddenly really becomes on it being you, right? Say there's a group of people and I ask to one of the persons in the group, ga jij naar de winkel? Then I would use jij. But if I'm just talking to my roommate and they're going outside, which they shouldn't often do because of the coronavirus, of course, then I will ask, oh, ga je naar de winkel? Are you going to the store? If the you is not the important part of the sentence, then it usually becomes je instead of jij. And the same is with the other ones. It is a less emphasized version. And sometimes this will be explained as, oh, je is just less casual, a more casual version of jij. But it actually has a sort of also different semantic meaning, not only just a more casual one. Also, je can also be used as you would use one in English, which is a bit more formal in English than it is in Dutch. But so you could, in English, you could say, oh yeah, one might say that blah 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 blah, and in Dutch you would say je zou kunnen zeggen blah 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 blah. If you mean an unspecific person that does something, then you would also use je. So generally, if the you in the sentence is not very important, that it is a specific person, then you would use je. And if it is important that it's a specific person, you would use jij. Kind of the same is the case with the other ones, is still looking at the onderwerp row. So hij becomes I, so hij gaat naar de winkel, then hij is the subject and he would almost always use hij. But if you say gaat hij naar de winkel, then it is kind of important that he goes to the store, but him going to the store is more important than it being him that goes to the store. If you're saying gaat hij naar de winkel, then you kind of more mean it's like, oh, is he going to the store instead of that other guy? Okay, I just want to know, or how strange, whatever. Then him being that person is more important. The zij, ze is similar, although ze is more often used as, than zij, I would say. And you could also use it if it's the first word in the sentence, for example, in contrast to hij, I. So you could say, ze gaat naar de winkel, instead of zij gaat naar de winkel. So that is, again, a matter of emphasis, whether if it's important that it's her, or it's just, oh yeah, she's going somewhere. That's more of a difference in casualness. So the difference between het regent, it is raining, and het regent is just a colloquialism. So people would more often say het regent, so it's raining. Het regent is the same, it just sounds a bit more formal, but there's no difference in meaning. Wij, we is actually pretty interesting. It also kind of follows the same specificity, but it's also sort of a difference in inclusivity versus exclusivity. What do I mean with this? For example, if I would say to Milane, wij hebben de loterij gewonnen, then
I would be very happy.
That would be great, but it would it's more probable that I mean that me and some group of people won the lottery and not Milane. But if I say we hebben de loterij gewonnen, then it is sort of more apparent that I also mean that she is included in the we. And that is kind of a sort of slight difference. It's not per se a very strict exclusive inclusive thing, but that is sometimes how it is used, and that is a meaning. I'm going into way too much detail about this, and it's not per se important. For zij en ze, it's also just kind of emphasis. For mij en me is more of a colloquialism. So, hij heeft mij geslagen. It's also kind of emphasis. Hij heeft mij geslagen. He hit me. So, sorry. So wij is more inclusive than we? Yes, I would say, no, wij is more exclusive. Yeah, I think you said that.
Yeah, so if you are talking directly to someone, then we would be more inclusive of we, in this case, would be more inclusive. If you're talking directly to someone.
Then, wij, I would say. Yeah, mij, me is a matter of emphasis. So, if I would say he hit me, hij heeft mij geslagen, then it's kind of seems like it's important that it is me instead of someone else. If I say hij heeft me geslagen, then the importance of that sentence is that he hit me. Is probably what I would say. That the hitting is the relevant factor instead of it being me. Yeah, someone asks you, oh yeah, who did he hit? Then you would answer, oh, hij heeft mij geslagen. If someone would ask, what did he do? Then you would say, hij heeft me geslagen. And jouw, je is the same. And hem, haar, het, and het again is just a matter of. At the last part, you see also hen/hun. Hun is actually technically only the possessive of meaning their. So their dog, very cute. Hun hond is heel schattig. But hun as the object part of a sentence, or even the subject of a sentence, has become so common that it is now also correct. So maybe example, I'm going to them. Normally, technically, or not even technically, but like in the past, the only correct version was ik ga naar hen toe. But now also ik ga naar hun toe. Some people would say they go to, they are coming to me. The correct one would be zij gaan naar mij toe. Zij komen naar mij toe. But some people would also say hun komen naar mij toe, which is not considered correct yet, but it is so common that it will probably be considered correct in a couple of years.
I hate that so much, by the way. It's one of my worst pet peeves ever.
Yeah, no, it's also a pet peeve of mine, but try to be prescriptivist. Oh yeah, so the possessive pronouns were also here. Mijn is often shortened to mun. Jou is shortened to je. Zijn to zijn. And haar to der. I'm not really sure how that happens, but it becomes der. So if you say, oh,
heb je haar nieuwe jas gezien?
So what do I hear in the background there? It's her dog. Then someone would say, oh yeah, wat hoor ik daar in de achtergrond? Oh yeah, het is de hond. So it's important that it's the dog and not that it's her dog. If it's important that it's her dog, so if the question is, whose dog is this? It's so cute. Wiens hond is dit? It's zo schattig. And you say, oh, het is haar hond. And then you point to haar. So in general, the difference between the left and the right version is a matter of specificity. I think it's clear. I think I went over this quite enough. More important, This is new grammar. Relative pronouns, I think these are called. No. I forgot the word in English. Aanwijzend voornaamwoord,
Is
pointing
it
pronoun.
demonstrative?
Huh?
Demonstrative,
Yeah, demonstratives. Yes, indeed. Very good.
I think.
So these are words like this, that, these, and those. I actually don't know what the difference is in oh, yeah, that's just a plural, whatever case. In Dutch, it's not dependent on whether it's plural per se. It's just dependent on whether it's a the word or a het. Which word? So for the words, which is the first column here, mannelijk / vrouwelijk, and masculine feminine, which is the, you would use for things that are close, you would say deze. So as an example,
Tafel.
they have here.
You could say tafel, right?
Oh, so here I have a pen. So this is the pen. And if I talking about this pen specifically, I said deze pen. If I throw the pen away, then someone asks me about my pen, and I say, oh yeah, that is the pen. Yeah. And het words are then dit and dat. So this is het boekje. And if it's close to me, I said, oh yeah, kijk in, look in this booklet. Kijk in dit boekje. And if I throw the booklet away, then say, oh yeah, in what booklet do I need to look? So yeah, look in that booklet. I said it's not strictly a masculine singular plural thing, because this is the het, but plurals are always the. So for plurals, you would always use deze and die. So I have, oh shit, do I have plurals here? I have some books here. You can see, okay, them. Dus één boek. Oh, dit wordt één boek. So it's dit boek. Dus meerdere boeken. De boeken. Dus deze boeken. If I won't throw the books away because I stored them for the library. I put them away. And now they are die boeken. Right? I think that's fine. Yeah, so there's an exercise. I should have thrown it away. Okay. But we are also out of time. So I still need to do some things. So I would ask you to another exercise. Jeez. Okay. So for next time, I now know how long things take. I will take it into account so we can do more exercises. For next time, in addition to the homework, could you please also do exercise 3, pronoun exercise? And you just have to say whether the sentences are correct or incorrect. You don't have, and if there are incorrect, don't say it. Please mark whether what is incorrect and how. But that's usually, if you see it is incorrect, then you also know how to fix it, right? Yeah. So was an exercise here that would have been interesting. We also couldn't do that, namely because it was describe the clothing of the other students in the class. But that is kind of difficult. So it's good that we don't have enough time for that. But yes, so do exercise 3 in your homework next week, and then we will meet at the same time. Next time, you don't have to be 15 minutes early per se. I think we have set it up now enough. I will just tell the people, if any, you to be here 3 minutes early, 15 minutes early. But otherwise, this has been the first online test lesson. We might send you a survey later. In any case, if you have any tips, please tell me, or any comments. we get better lighting. Oh, could you repeat the last phrase? Which one? Just a sentence? What you said?
Je microfoon valt af en toe maar weg.
Oh, mijn microfoon. Okay. Yes.
I
What
think
I
you
said
just
was,
mentioned.
we might send you a survey, a very short survey to ask how it went this online session, if you give any tips. And I say might because I probably have to make that, and I'll see if I do that. But if you have any points or constructive feedback, like, okay, maybe if you could do this, it would be a lot nicer experience. Maybe just go a bit quicker, maybe it's also a tip. Just send them to me or just type them here in the chat. I would really appreciate it. But otherwise, this has been a lesson, and I wish you a nice week. And don't go outside too much. Hope you amuse yourself, and see you later then. Bye. This is awkward goodbye. But I will just leave.
See you next week, guys.
Oké, Milena, tot volgende week.
Yes. Jij moet nog wat uitleggen, geloof ik, hè?
Yes.
Alright.
Bye. Ooh, I need to go close. Yes.